So welcome everybody to the EP podcast. Today we have the beautiful Simone with us. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us today. Tell me a bit about yourself, Simone. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. Well, my name is Simone Javier and I am 23 years old. I am a registered ECE, so that which means I work with kids in childcare. My hobbies are listening to music, playing the steel pan, and
Yeah, I see it right there. You have a steel pan, you got a piano.
yeah, I've been playing steel pan since I was in grade 9, so that was 14, so it's almost 10 years.
Oh man.
Almost 10 years I've been playing steel pan for.
So your parents kind of put you in that when you were younger, or did you kind of like look for that yourself?
No, I like music so much. And when I saw steel pan, I'm just like, something different for me.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm just like, you know what, let me just go and like learn something. And I'm not professional. I enjoy playing music. I'll make
Definitely.
mistakes on my pan by myself.
Yeah.
But you know what, I just love it. I enjoy it.
Oh man, I love the piano, the guitar, the tabla, some instruments and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. With the steel pan, it's such a different vibe.
It is. Like, I love performing with my, when I was in high school, I performed with my classes. And
Oh, yeah.
you know what, I just loved it. I was nervous at first, but you know what, I should get into it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
What's the biggest crowd you've ever like performed for?
Oh, that's probably from by myself or like with a group.
Yeah, by yourself or with a group.
Ooh, let's just say we during high school we had these music nights.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was one in spring and one in winter.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
In grade 9, we had our first music night, and I was really nervous because my parents were in there, and there was like other people that I don't even know.
And you were like small.
I was little, yeah. I was in the front of the row. I was playing the soprano, which is like
Yeah.
the lead pan.
Okay.
So I was right in the middle, and I'm just staring at the people. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh man.
But once I got into it, I'm like, you know what? It was fun. Even I played one song with my group, my class, and it was like, no.
Do you remember what the song was?
Shoot, it was an Akon song.
Oh, don't matter. Funny enough, I played on the piano too for a performance when I was young. I think everybody did that song.
Everyone did Don't Matter. I'm just like, okay, I know this now. I don't think I have the music sheets though.
Oh man, I think you probably
It was
print that
different.
online and stuff though,
I
yeah.
have the huge binder
Yeah.
full of music sheets, but from grade 9, I think I lost that.
Oh
From
man.
grade 10 and up, I had everything.
Oh, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
that's good. You have a lot of a musical background and stuff. That's really, really cool. And I know you've been doing a lot of charity work nowadays as well. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, for charity work, for me, since I am off work, unfortunately, right now, I've been trying to get involved with my community right now.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to look for stuff that is very socially distanced and COVID safe. So right now, I did a food drive for the Delhi Food Bank, and I asked my community to help me collect as much non-perishable foods
Yeah.
as much as possible. And you know what? I actually, the community did help me.
Nice.
I was really, to me, I was really a little shocked that
Mhm.
a lot of people did reach out to me, like, hey, I'm gonna come over this time, I'm gonna drop some stuff off by your door, I'm just gonna leave it there, just pick it up. I'm like, okay. And other
Really cool.
people who were actually scared to leave the house, they actually e-transfer me money
Oh, that's
to
really
go
good.
out for them and buy the stuff on behalf
Yeah,
of
there
them.
we have, yeah.
And you know what? It's like it's those little things that make the difference.
For
in
sure.
what I can do right now. It's like the little things that I'm grateful for.
Definitely. It's really nice to see like everybody come together, especially in circumstances now, and support the people that can't really like do for themselves in COVID. I mean, nonetheless, without COVID, people
Yeah.
are still starving and going hungry and stuff. But
Mhm.
with COVID, it's been so detrimental.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on COVID so far, with like things, vaccinations and all these things?
My thoughts on COVID, when it first started, I'll be honest with you, I was terrified.
Oh man, yeah.
I did not want to leave my house at all. My parents were like, let's go to the grocery store. I'm just like, no, I'm
Yeah.
staying here. I'm gonna pick up something. I'll bring it home, and I'm gonna get sick.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, I'm just like, everyone's going out and about. It was summertime, and I was just like, you know what, let me just step out of my house
Mhm.
at the end of my driveway.
Oh yeah. Now it's getting
and just
warmer.
look down
I'm
the
seeing-
street.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing people going outside, exercising, running around. It's so good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
on vaccination wise, I was skeptical at first, only because I have never taken the flu shot. I don't like shots.
Oh man.
I can handle it.
Those
yes.
things are scary. These needles are huge, and they poke it into your skin. Oh man.
For me, what's weird about me is that I stare at them.
You can't look away.
I literally stare at them and be like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh my
When
gosh.
I do the blood test and the blood work and everything, they put it in my arm.
Yeah.
And they have to use the butterfly one.
Oh.
Because they can't find my vein. My vein
Yeah.
moves because my vein knows, okay, you're poking something, I'm gonna move this way or move the other way.
Yeah, for me, I gotta look away. I cannot. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no, I look at the blood, I'm like, okay, this is where it's going. I'm just gonna look. I have to look, I need to know what's going on. If I don't know what's going on, then
Yeah.
I'll become anxious.
Oh man.
That's how I am.
I actually studied a little bit of nursing, and I remember we learned how to like do the injections. We had the oranges, and we would poke the needle inside of it, and I liked it. I found it really, really intriguing. But when it came time for me now to get like my shots and stuff, like I can never look at something going into my skin. It's just so invasive, and I just feel, oh man.
Oh no, I have to look.
Yeah.
Honestly. Oh.
So I have a couple questions for you here. I have the first one here. I want to know what are some things that inspire you to keep chasing your dreams?
Ooh.
So this could be things from like the past, things now, things for the future.
Yeah.
What are some inspirations that you have?
One thing that actually keeps me like going on and chasing onto my dreams is just helping my community and giving back to whatever I can right
Definitely.
now. Only because when I visited Guyana back probably a couple of years ago.
Oh wow.
But it wasn't for like a good visit.
It's really hot there.
It wasn't really hot there, but it wasn't for a good visit.
Yeah.
Like my dad's sister passed
Oh,
away,
no,
so we
so
went.
sorry, yeah.
Thank you. We went there just for the funeral, and then my uncle decided to take us to a all-boys orphanage home, and I was confused at first. I was like, "Why are we here?" Like, I didn't know it was an orphanage at first till I was like got in and I saw the name of the building.
Yeah.
And I went in there and I saw the staff and a bunch of boys from ages 4 to 16 just standing there like waiting for us to come in, and I was confused. I was like, what are these boys doing here? What is going on? I was a little scared and confused.
And this was in the orphanage.
Yes, I was scared and confused. I'm like, why are we here? And then my uncle started saying these are boys that are from the orphanage and they don't have homes right now, but we're here to like spend the day with them. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's like a different thing. I've never done this before, and I actually did get excited afterwards. I'm like,
Nice,
okay, I get to like talk to these boys.
Is this something your uncle always kind of did, or?
I don't know actually. This is my first time like hearing about this. Actually,
Okay,
like,
yeah,
doing this, like,
yeah.
So I feel like this is their first time at the same time. I think
Yeah.
they want to come and like give back.
Yeah.
So we did spend a day with these boys, and we learned about like their backgrounds and what they've been through. And these are little boys for like 4 years old, and they're so little, and
Yeah.
they're so adorable, and they're up to 16, and they're telling us how it's hard for them to get adopted only because a lot of people right now wanted girls, whereas they don't want any boys.
Interesting.
And I'm just like, shouldn't it be the opposite?
I think in the world, it's like a statistic actually that you want more boy children
That's
than
what
girls.
I was saying.
Yeah,
Like you
interesting.
can carry on the name,
Yeah.
and everything. Where the girls, they're just there.
Yeah. Well, they have to change their name when they get married and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's a
or they
symbolism
keep
thing.
their last name.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I was excited and like happy to like get to know these boys and everything.
Yeah.
And,
How many guys was in there? How many kids?
I want to say about 15.
15. Okay, so it's a small
About-
number. It's good to
yeah.
you kind of get into
This was
the
my
one-on-one.
This is what I'm
Yeah.
remembering. I was like about 15 of them,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it was just like it was very life changing to just
Yeah.
like learn these kids' stories because they don't have a home.
And so the youngest was like 4.
Yeah, and all they
Wow.
have is each other, and this 4-year-old is not even like it's a little child.
Yeah.
And I felt for that child, like I just grabbed him and I laughed
Aw.
at him. I just felt for him, like he's so adorable. And we ended up buying them lunch, so it was a really good treat for them.
Yeah. What kind of lunches was it?
You know Church's Chicken?
Yeah, they have it there.
I never heard of it until I went to Guyana. I'm just
Yeah.
like, is this
You know what?
this?
Me too. When I was younger, I remember like eating for the first time. I was like, "Whoa, this is good." I wish they had it in Canada.
They do.
Next thing you know, now they have it. Yeah.
I'm just like, wait, hold on.
That's awesome.
But like,
Yeah.
you know what? They probably make it differently here. in
Definitely,
Guyana.
yeah. Seasonings and
'Cause,
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they probably do. I want to say that it's really oily, but
Yeah.
you know what? Because like that's all we ate every day when we were in Guyana.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just like that's too much oil for me.
Oh, man.
I'm a very health conscious person.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
My family is very much.
I mean, I know they're in Guyana too. They're very health conscious with like the things they eat. They eat a lot of like cultural dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do, and you know, it
vegetables
depends what they
too.
put in it too. At the time, but like my family's very health conscious.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I just love going back to the boys. I just love like hearing their stories and their hopes and dreams for the future. Their main goal right now is to find a home. And
Definitely.
you know what? Guyana's not the richest country.
Yeah.
Right
And then
now.
this was how many years ago?
I gotta think back now. I was probably. Like it's 2021, right?
Yeah.
2021. I want to say 2017, but I'm not
Oh,
exactly
so
sure.
a little bit under 10 years ago. Yeah.
Under 10 years ago?
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure, but it was right after my cousin passed away.
Oh, okay.
I believe
Okay.
it was 1 year after.
Yeah. So it's good. So you can still like remember these kind of experiences. and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Very recent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I have a really good memory. It's just me have to focus on that memory.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
start
yeah. For
remembering
sure, for
everything.
sure.
That's just
Yeah.
how
Putting you on the spot here.
Okay, let me just stare at one little thing. Okay, what is it?
Yeah. So fast forward to now. How do you think like those boys are doing? Like, do you ever think about them and stuff like that?
I actually do sometimes.
You
'cause
still
I,
keep in touch with them?
No, I tried to. I emailed them actually, but
Yeah.
nobody got back to me.
Oh man.
So
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
right now. Like I did reach out.
Yeah.
I actually did reach out recently last
nice.
year just
Yeah.
to see how everyone's doing, and I
Uh-huh.
wanted to like just to see if you had any new boys coming in or anything, and then I wanted to help. Like I wanted to donate some toys and school supplies to the orphanage, but no one has got back to me. So
Oh man.
that's unfortunate for me. But you know
Oh.
what? I'm gonna keep trying.
Yeah. Well, it's good to hear that you were inspired by for your charity initiatives by that experience there.
Yeah.
How about your pageant? I know you're wearing that sash. Tell me a bit about that. What is that?
So I am participating in Miss Galaxy Canada this year, 2021. Sorry.
Yeah. It's something you've done like a long time ago or like recent.
This is my third pageant that
Nice.
I'm in.
What?
So this pageant's in August actually.
Okay.
So this pageant is actually really different compared to every other pageant,
Yeah.
in my opinion, or because this pageant is based on like a lot of women and girls from ages, I believe, four or six,
Oh, wow.
all the way
Yeah.
to like I think the age limit is 50.
Wow.
So there are like different titles. So I am a miss.
Uh-huh.
So a certain age group. Since I am 23, I'm a miss.
Mm-hmm.
And there are girls who are in misses, and there's miss, which is MS.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there is Miss Junior Teen or Miss Teen.
Oh, like for the smaller ones.
And
Yeah.
Miss Junior and then Galaxy,
Oh, very cool.
wherever their
Yeah.
location is. But you know what? I'm actually really excited for this. I think it's gonna be a really good experience just to like get to know a lot of these women and
Yeah.
girls.
Is it gonna be virtual or like are they actually gonna have like
I
host it?
think it's gonna be in person.
Oh.
It's gonna be over the
That's good.
weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited just to meet these girls because they're all in a different age group and they
Mhm.
all
It's a little more diverse.
it's more diverse with the age and yeah.
So what's the purpose of this pageant? Is it like to just showcase people? Like is it a talent show? Like what exactly is it?
For this pageant, there's no talent part to this.
Mhm.
It's more of the interview portion.
Like the professionalism,
it's-
dressing.
Honestly, I feel like this pageant is just to have fun and make new friends.
Nice. Yeah, that's really
And
good
have
purpose.
real
Yeah.
new sisterhood and friendships
Yeah.
with this pageant.
I remember
That's
watching
my
something on the
thing.
TV. It was
Yeah.
like Miss World or something like that. Some kind of show. And like all these women come out and they're all dressed up so beautiful. And you know they all go up and they have to like win this thing. And I was like, what's the purpose of this?
Was perfect.
It's,
Yeah.
like, it's like a body appreciation kind of thing.
You know what? When I first started watching pageants, my first reaction or point of view of the pageant was
Yeah.
just a beauty pageant.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. Like, oh, it's just beautiful girls just going out
Yeah.
there and trying to win their title, just
For
to
sure.
win that first title. But then I first started getting into it, and like, no, it's more than this. It's a beauty with a purpose project. Like,
Yeah.
it's a beauty purpose.
Beauty with a purpose. I like
It's
that.
a beauty with a purpose.
Yeah.
So it's more of what is your main goal? What do you want to
Yeah.
get out of? What is the reason why you want to win this title? And what is your main purpose? What are you going to bring to the table?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So for me, I decided, well, I've been working on this I have a really strong connection with kids with special needs.
Yeah.
I do have
I think that's what you mentioned. That's what your work is.
Yeah, I
right?
actually went back to school to do early child educator special needs program, so I am obligated to work with kids with special needs, which I really, really love working with them.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Like they're so adorable. They're really smart.
Oh.
They are so smart. I worked at a placement at a high school.
Yeah.
On Jane Finch area, and honestly, there was 3 rooms with special needs kids, and honestly, I worked in all 3 rooms.
Oh.
And I got to like get to know.
Was it only
kids.
classes of special needs, or was it like 1 or 2 kids per class?
There was a handful. There was at least the first group was like 7. The second room was probably 10, and its last room was probably 6.
Oh wow.
So it depends on their age level too at the same time. So that's why they're grouped into different rooms.
For sure.
But honestly, when I was working in one of the classrooms before I left, they were very smart. Like there's one child who has OCD and autism.
Yeah.
And he can answer a math question just like this.
That's good. Yeah, you can't judge him like that.
He's in grade 9, but in grade 12 math level.
Oh man.
And then there's me who can't even do like bed maths, who can't even like look at the thing on like I need to write it down. Like no, he knows the answer right away.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, this kid is smart.
That's really inspirational. You know, a lot of people they judge the children and people with special needs, and they say like they're disabled, they can't do anything, but they're very much purposeful.
No, and you know what? I love them because they're very unique.
Yeah.
I love people who are very unique to me.
Yeah.
It's like you stand out.
Yeah.
You stand out to me, and I love you for that.
Oh yeah, certain traits and attributes that stand out. Like it's a really good thing to hold there. Yeah. That's awesome. So speaking of people that stand out, I want to know like some role models of yours. Like, who are some people that have impacted your life throughout your life?
For me, my first role model would be my grandmothers from my mom and dad's side.
Nice.
Only because when they were growing up, they did both have really terrible stories growing up. One of them was, they both were arranged marriage, actually, because
It's a more common thing in Guyana.
And then, like back then, they were arranged marriages. It's just like that's normal to them, but abnormal for us.
Imagine it now. Like
right
your parents
now,
come and tell us, "Oh, you're gonna get married to this person."
Yeah, I'm just like, no, bye, peace.
Yeah, it's definitely a very different time.
Yeah, and honestly, what they've been through to get here is like we should be really grateful.
Well, for sure.
Because without them, we won't
That's
be
the foundation
here.
for sure.
We'll
Yeah.
still be in Guyana.
Oh yeah.
Not doing all of this.
Exactly.
I'll tell you right now, we're not doing this, so we should be really grateful because we are the future generations right now, right? And we need to like carry on that legacy for our grandparents, which is why I decided to create this nonprofit organization called the Shirley Foundation, which is named after one of my grandmothers.
Nice,
Yeah.
Shirley. Grandma Shirley.
Grandma Cheryl.
Grandma Cheryl.
But yeah, I made a nonprofit organization just for that, and for her growing up, she didn't have a lot.
Yeah.
I would say like she was a very poor. She came from a very poor family to a point where the only food that she had was rice to eat.
Common thing, yeah.
And you know what? Like she had these 3 dogs with her, and every day she would actually feed the dogs instead of herself.
Yeah. Very selfless.
Very selfless person, which what I looked up to.
Yeah, and you remind me a lot of your grandma now, kind of seeing you're doing these charities, the orphanage stuff. That's very cool. That's awesome.
That's why I wanted to like give back to the community. It's just like they need our help, and you know what? I have that voice for them.
Oh, for sure. Advocate for them, definitely.
Yeah, and every day I'm trying to look for something new to do and like help my community. I need this.
That's awesome.
I need this to help me out.
Cool.
Like right now, I am trying to do first aid kits for women's shelters and men's shelters at the same time.
Definitely.
So that's why I'm trying to tell my community to like just bring
come
whatever
together
supplies.
and help out,
It doesn't have to be like everything. Just like 1 or 2 things does count.
Every little piece counts for sure.
Little things does count. And I did already have people eat Transylvania here.
Yeah.
Because they can't come out of their house.
Oh yeah, and especially with circumstances
for
now
their
as
own
a
personal
school.
reasons and their own well-being. It's like, you know what, it's okay, I'll go out for you.
Yeah.
I will tell you what I bought, I'll take a picture of it, this is what you bought.
Yeah, just to kind of fund it, it's definitely a huge help already too.
Yeah, and you know what, the dollar store is really good.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you right now, you know what, dollar store helps you a lot because it gives you everything you need.
Oh,
and
for
you
sure.
know what, people don't know that.
These people out there that are suffering too, they don't have anything to compare to. They're more than content with the dollar store thing. So I mean, hey, help out the Shirley Foundation. You gotta follow.
Yeah.
So nice. So grandma helped you out. What's another role model for you?
I wouldn't say this is like a role model, like a person-wise. It's more of
Some sort of inspiration.
yes, something that I looked up to. It's actually a movie called Little Stars on Earth.
Yeah.
It is, I believe it is a Disney movie, but it's actually based on like Bollywood characters.
Oh, okay.
Like not characters, well, actors
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
actresses.
The sort of feel
It's
of,
a,
yeah.
so I was at a difficult stage in my life
Okay.
where I was just diagnosed with anxiety disorder a couple years ago when I first started college. And for me, it was me not knowing the unknown for the future.
Mhm.
So I don't know where I was going. I don't know who I wanted to be, like what field I wanted to be in. I was already in school, but it wasn't for me. I was doing child and youth care.
It's a lot of pressure too.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I was
man.
in child youth care because when I was in high school in grade 12, they told us, okay, now is your time to look for what you want to do. And I'm just sitting there on the computer and just like, I don't know what I want to do. I honestly don't know what to do. And I just look, I know I want to do stuff with kids.
Mhm.
So that's what I did as social worker, child youth care. But I didn't think of early child educator. I did all those. And I was in child youth care for a year. And you know what? They taught us how to like leave our emotions at work. And I'm the type of person who can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring home that emotion
Yeah.
at work and like
Keep it
yeah,
maintained still. Yeah.
unless I talk it out and everything. But I was really at a down point in my life where I'm still confused as what I want to do and this is what I really want to do with my life in the future. And watching this movie, it was about a boy who was a really troublemaker.
Mm-hmm. Very mischievous.
Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
troublemaker, and like the schools, the principal, the mother did not understand why he makes such like a trauma or like
Some poor decisions in his life.
yeah, at school and at home. And you know what? There was this art teacher that came into the school,
Mm.
and he took his time, his patience with this child, and learned about who he is as a person.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you know what? This child ended up having dyslexia.
Oh.
Yeah, so he had dyslexia.
So throughout the whole time he had it, yeah.
But he didn't know.
Yeah,
No one else
yeah.
knew. But this teacher realized this child has dyslexia.
Yeah.
And this is why he's acting this way because he is unhappy with himself.
Mhm.
So this teacher decided that his main goal for this child is to make him happy and to find his strengths
Mm.
through drawing,
Yeah.
which he did.
Yeah.
Because he created this beautiful mural at his school with him and his classmates and about himself.
Nice.
So the movie is really inspiring to me all because it's like, oh, this
You
is
can
what
relate. You're a teacher. You're dealing with the kids,
Yeah,
right?
this is what I want to do. This is what I want to become. I want to help these kids.
Yeah.
And you know what? That same weekend that I watched this movie, I applied for early child educator.
Yeah.
And I got in.
What?
And you know what? This is where I am right now. I'm
Oh,
working at a
that's so
child care
beautiful, yeah.
program right now, and I'm really happy with myself.
That's really
Yeah.
good. And what was the name of that movie again?
Little Stars on Earth.
Little Stars on Earth.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll definitely look at Netflix or something and see if that's there.
Look for it. Or not, look on Hulu.
Oh yeah,
Hulu,
to
look for it.
find that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very, very inspirational. You know, like a lot of movies, a lot of like music. You know, the media is very, very much inspirational. Like, you know, I've learned that like what you listen to and what you watch kind of motivates you to be, you know, who you are.
Yeah.
If you're watching crazy things, if you're watching violence, you kind of become violent. You sort of hone in on that. Right, you have to watch inspirational things and be in that environment. So good on you.
Thank you.
Very, very good.
I also do watch horror movies.
Yeah. Oh, the scary
I
things.
mean, I love them. To be
Yeah.
honest, I love because for me, I don't see it as scary.
Yeah.
I see it as sad.
Oh.
I see it differently at a point of view.
Huh.
I know it's
Explain
weird.
that.
Explain it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you an example of The Conjuring. In my opinion, it was a very sad movie for me to watch.
Yes.
Yes, it was scary. There were scary parts,
Yeah.
but you have to look behind that scary and what made that paranormal activity happen in that house. What actually happened in that house? A mother losing her child.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all she wanted was her child back, so all she did was try to get someone else's child. That's what I saw. Mother lost her child.
Yeah.
Which turned her bitter and angry.
Oh man, you're giving me goosebumps when I'm hearing this. I never thought about
You
it
didn't
that way.
know about that?
Yeah.
That's what I thought of it. And you know what? I just look at the different point of views. I look
Yeah.
at it really differently. different
Very,
ways.
very interesting.
That's why I love horror movies, because you gotta look at a different angle.
Yeah, I mean, some people could look at these horror movies as entertainment. They're just something to kind of like pass the time. But I feel like you've really looked at it and dived deep and took in that message. Good on you, really, really good.
Thank you.
So that's awesome. So you have Grandma Shirley,
Yeah.
Grandma Cheryl.
Grandma
You
Cheryl.
have the movie here. What's the third inspiration for you?
Ooh, that'll be a tough one because I have many, but it's a lot to choose from. So I'm gonna say my parents.
Nice.
Because without them, I wouldn't have a roof over my head.
Oh, wonderful,
I
yeah.
wouldn't have that support from them. Because you know what? My parents did support me with all my volunteering stuff and my pageants. At first, they were skeptical, okay?
Definitely,
They're
yeah.
90s parents, okay? They're all
For
skeptical,
sure.
like, oh, money's
Sure.
wasted. Money's going down the
Oh,
drain.
yeah. Nobody's parents just wants their kids to just, waste time, for sure.
Yeah, and you know what? If they realize, like, it's something that I like to do,
Yeah.
it's something that I like to be on stage and just have that self-confidence just
Yeah.
to go up there. Because, like, whose child's going to go up there on stage and
Oh,
just
yeah.
embarrass himself?
And I met
like,
your
you know.
parents. They're the most beautiful people. Very, very supportive of you as
Yeah.
well. That's awesome.
So you know what? They did help me. I fed a youth, women's, and men's shelter. And you know what? My dad did help me. He did pay for the food.
That's good. Yeah.
I paid for half, he paid for half. And we both put the food together and we delivered it together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And for us, like, as young people in the community right now, we need the support of our parents, we need the support of our families, and it's a very, very good thing that you have that.
Yeah, I'm
That's
actually
awesome.
grateful for that, actually.
Yeah. And you have any siblings?
I have an older brother who doesn't live with us right now because he has a child.
Okay. Oh,
But you know what?
congratulations,
That
that's awesome.
child brought us closer together.
Yeah, that's
like,
awesome,
she's
yeah.
such a beautiful little girl.
Wait, was she born during COVID time or
Yes,
before?
September. She's
COVID
a September baby like me.
Oh, that's awesome.
But she's not a Libra, she's a Leo.
Oh,
no.
man.
Leo, Virgo.
Oh, okay.
She's a Virgo, sorry, she's a Virgo.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's just the happiest little baby
Aw.
ever. Like, she doesn't care if you wear a mask or not. She
Yeah.
knows it's somebody.
Oh,
You
man.
know how babies get scared? Like, oh, you're coming up to me.
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
mask
strangers
on,
and
I'm
stuff,
scared of
yeah.
you. No. She knows you're smiling through your eyes. It's her eyes that gets to you.
Oh, man,
and
that's
it's like, you
awesome.
know what? This baby, like, it's like a miracle for our family. It's her first grandchild. It's her first niece and
Yeah.
niece to us and
Yeah.
everything. It's like, it's really
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, throughout COVID, it's a blessing to have anybody give birth and have these babies delivered safely. Like, I've known so many people, it's hard to even get, children and stuff like that, but, it's a blessing. So, congratulations to you guys on that.